Hey everybody, it's Montblanc. If you're new here, I'm a Gen 2 K-pop veteran who hasn't listened to K-pop in over a decade. I'm back from the grave though, and I'm trying to learn about the new scene, which today means taking a very well-deserved break. Sort of. I admittedly feel a bit lost in the sauce when it comes to my journey getting to know BTS, but just when I needed it most, a comment came in from you, suggesting that I pop forward out of my time warp and check out the 2.0 music video. Since I started moving backward from the release of Swim, it seemed like a great idea to check back in with the modern era BTS, especially since I now have so much more context with which to appreciate how far they've come. Today, I'll be checking out the music video for 2.0 along with their live performance of the track at Pier 17 for Spotify. Let's get started, shall we? Why am I nervous? Yeah, Swim was so impressive, but I guess I don't know much about like the entire package that was presented in Arirang because I've been on this like backwards trying to get to understand them and their career, and we've definitely had some very high highs in this journey together. But yeah, I guess I'm like back in the space of like not knowing what to expect from 2.0, and mm, yeah, I am trying not to have too high of expectations because you never know. And like modern era pop music is interesting. There's a lot of good that's coming out of it, but also I'm just not a super big fan of like a Hollywood sound, if you will. We'll see what they have. This costuming is awesome. That beard, oh my god.
그래 방탄처럼 그게 말은 쉽지 우린 띵툴 누가 맨날 뛰어넘네 웃기기는 한데 사실 안 웃기지 10년은 말야 어린 반프 not stop yeah pull up at your block we gon' knock yeah head your let it from pop yeah came back for what's mine we don't stop brand new, yeah we on that brand new. You know how we do. Gotta give them much brand new. Speaking of having perspective, like their dancing is so sharp. They really have like improved so much over the years, which is crazy because they like started off on like a really strong foundation, but it's really nuts how insanely sharp this is. I'm really grateful. Like, I just said that I'm not the biggest fan of like a Hollywood sound. Swim did kind of have a little bit of that, but like done in a BTS way. This is not that, which I am really appreciating. Also, fake tattoo or real? pop, 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 pop. Baby, gang to let rock, 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 rock. Yeah, hit him up like pop. Hit him with the truth like rock. Time to pay your debt. Feel me not. Let it be, let it bleed. Hit it up, and it's split. Stop.
It's the footwork. It's so clean in this.
Put your brand new, yeah, we on that brand new. You know how we do. You know how I do. You know how I do. Put your brand new, yeah, we on that brand new. You know how we do.
This is like incredibly unique from a song production standpoint. It's interesting because like now I've been through like so many quote unquote eras, and you can see through lines, you can see similarities, but this really like Arirang, this and Swim seems like a complete departure from what they were doing previously in a really rewarding way. It does feel like a reintroduction, and you know, like post army, post military service, it is introducing themselves again, and it's like, yes, they would have grown and changed because they had so many solo projects in that time, but there's also the element of your status in society changes when you return from military service in Korea. So they like literally have like leveled up, if you will, and have like a different level of status. And it's really interesting as a presentation. Very cool. I did see like one headline that this music video is referential to Park Chan-wook's Old Boy. This singular scene, like, if you were gonna do it, like, do it. This for something that's like so incredibly influential and iconic and like important to the legacy of Korean media, they should have just gone for it. Especially because it's like such a globally important film, and also it's like incredibly important in terms of like the history of Korean media and Korean soft power, like before K-pop was even gestating in the womb. Well, not really, technically not really, but before like the rest of the world had even an inkling, like Old Boy was already carving paths. It's, well, I was gonna say it's not their fault, but like it kind of is their fault because they have their hands so like heavily in everything that they do. I just wish they had like really gone for it, because this would have been like excellent way to like, if you're going to go this direction, like choreograph the fighting, you know what I mean? Or like do like a singular long shot. It's a nice little nod, and it does like give respect. I just wish they had like seriously gone for it. This kind of seems tailor-made for stage performance. And considering like how amazing of performers they are, like I'm expecting the dancing to be like just so freaking sharp. And with like the crowd element, this is going to be so rewarding. Could you imagine being there with such a small stage?
Stop. Yeah. Pull up as your block. We gon' knock. Yeah, has your little fun, fella. Pop. Yeah, come back for a smile. We don't stop. You know how I do. You know how I do. Put your brand new. Baby, I'm that brand new.
I am so sorry for this. My brain is just apparently really freaking slow. It's 2.0 and Old Boy is the reference. And technically they're Ajishis now. Oh my god. Like, you kind of do wonder if that's intentional, but it's really amusing. Anyway, either way. 그래 기분 마치 brand new 스펙 다른 스텝 busy 하는 스텝 2 뽕 데이트한 후 여기저기 또 한 번을 내 하나로 10 잊어버릴 모습 해봄 Go 하러 가 Yeah we can dash go whatever Right Let's go Yeah pull up at your block We gon' knock Yeah at your little fun fella Pop Yeah came back for a smile We don't stop You know how I do. You know how I do. Put your brand new. Yeah, we on that brand new. You know how we do. Pop. Is RM injured? He's on the stool. Also, I have to say, like, good for him if he is injured, because he's like doing the choreography with his one leg and then he's like sitting there. Also, I have to say that their energy really matches the vibe of like we're performing an intimate like concert appearance. I don't understand what this live at Pier 17 thing is, but it's like very well matched with New York City in general. This crowd is not it. Absolutely not it. I call me ancient old fogey, but like the just crowd of cell phones and then like nobody's even moving because they want their like still shot, especially for something like this where you know that Spotify is going to be filming, so like you're going to be able to see it again in the future anyway. Cringe.
Pop, baby game to let rock, yeah. Hit him up like pop, hit him with the truth like rock, trying to pay you debt, feel me, nah, let it be.
Yeah, and he can just sit there.
Pull up, get your block, we gon' knock, yeah. Head your little farm, fill up, pop, yeah. Come back for what's mine, we don't stop.
There's like 3 people dancing. Ugh.
You know how I do. Put your brand new.
I do love that like a few people have the glow sticks. That's so cool. I like the song itself. The dance is really sick and amazing. The music video could have gone further. I really wish that they had, because Park Chan-wook is like so important and like not only so influential for me personally in terms of like film history and my own taste in movies. Sympathy for Lady Vengeance is one of my favorite films of all time. Case in point. So, as many of you will already know, Lee Jung-hyun is one of my, probably my favorite Korean artists of all time, even outside of the K-pop sphere. And arguably, she's like the genesis of the modern K-pop era in so many different ways. But she becomes good friends with Park Chan-wook, and when she releases, I think it's V, she asked him to direct the music video. And yes, he's directing that specifically, but like then she goes full in because it's Lee Jung-hyun. Of course, she goes full in. That's just who she is to her very core. And the end product is so amazing and strong and like completely, she's like immersing herself in this world of Park Chan-wook. And like I understand this is BTS and they're presenting BTS la 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 la, but for something so iconic, they could have just like really pushed it. That being said, it is a cool package. I do like the fashion in this release. I do like the music video, even though it's a little bit disappointing for me. The song is so cool. And as a concept, as like a 2.0, seriously, it's a really amazing reintroduction. And it makes me specifically curious about the rest of Arirang. And also, we have this era that's just begun, but like, what does the next one look like as well? Sort of like ramps up the excitement for what's possible with these artists now that they're in a new phase of their lives, in their careers. Right. So as a complete project, as a complete product, I like it quite a lot, actually. You know, I have my criticisms about certain pieces of it, but if I didn't, that would kind of just mean that I didn't care. And this is anything but boring. As a reintroduction, as a like opening of a new era of their lives and of their career, it's fascinating, and it certainly does its job of like making you curious and wanting to making you want to lean more in and see what does this new era look like for them. And while yes, I am generally curious about Arirang, I think that it as a project is opening the way to their next phase, which is really fascinating to consider because they've grown so much as individual artists. And so, of course, the group product is evolving as well. Really great. Really, really great. Ugh, that crowd just bummed me out. Well, it's like a crowd in a small, intimate New York thing in America, so what do you expect? But this is why international fandoms are so interesting and engaging to me, because there's not the same sort of like posturing culture. Well, okay. So this is another BTS one in the books, and honestly, this has been extremely refreshing for me, especially since I've gotten fairly deep into their timeline. If you have some recommendations of what you think that I should check out that maybe isn't as far back as I have been going, then I would love to hear those in the comments down below. Of course, you can find this and all of my other BTS reactions in my BTS Deep Dive Journey playlist, which I'll link here and in the video description down below. I hope to see you in another BTS one, and if not, then maybe I'll see you somewhere else. But for today, that's it. Bye!